Chapter 031. It's dangerous, and there are still 30. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing Leng Yanran suddenly throw a jade pendant towards Luo Tianzong's sect-protecting formation, the disciples of Luo Tianzong were not worried at all. Their sect-protecting formation is of the highest quality, even in the Nirvana realm, it cannot be broken through easily. How could he be shaken by the magical power contained in a jade pendant? But as the jade pendant cracked, the magical power within it appeared, and a terrifying aura swept hundreds of miles around. A small sky monument appeared, and then grew bigger and bigger, until it stopped expanding until it was 3,000 feet high. The lifelike and sinister images of demons are carved on the sky steel. They are clearly dead objects, but everyone present felt as if they were being targeted by those 10 demons and demons. The terrifying evil aura emanating from it made it difficult for everyone to breathe. The monks under the Tongxian realm could not resist the fear at all, and they knelt down directly on the ground. Even the Tongxian realm masters still have some trembling legs and feet. Although the Guishu realm masters are better, they still feel that their backs have been soaked in cold sweat, and cold sweat can't stop pouring out from their foreheads. But the most shocked ones were Master Luo Wu and Master Yangchun standing on the square. Being in the realm of Nirvana, they feel the terrifying power most clearly. This is at least an attack that can only be launched by a strong person in the 9th level of the Nirvana realm, and the level of this supernatural power is at least a heaven-level technique. How could such magical powers appear in the barren northern territory? This is impossible. Quickly, send your spiritual power into the formation and resist this attack together. This magical power is not simple. The elders of Luo Tian's sect were the first to react. They quickly called on the many disciples and sent all their spiritual power towards the sect-protecting formation for free. After the sky monument was completely formed, it suddenly hit Luo Tian's sect-protecting formation. Rumble. Click, click, as the 3,000-foot sky monument full of evil energy fell, cracks appeared in Luo Tian's sect-protecting formation in an instant. It was almost on the verge of collapse. Seeing that it was becoming more fragile and close to collapse, many elders and disciples spit out a mouthful of blood. Although the blow that had just been fed back to them through the formation had a very small residual power, it also made they were traumatized. In the end, it was Master Yangchun who was on the square. Seeing that something was wrong, he quickly used his spiritual power from the 5th level of Nirvana realm to integrate into the formation, and then stabilized the sect-protecting formation. The terrifying sky monument slowly dissipated, turning into little black flashes of light. The Luo Tian sect-protecting formation was severely damaged by this blow, even with the spiritual power of all the disciples in the sect gathered, and even Master Yangchun from the 5th level of the Nirvana realm taking a stab at it. There were 10 formation eyes in total. 7 of them were broken, and they were on the verge of being scrapped. If you want to restore it to its original state, it will take countless efforts, materials, manpower, and time. But fortunately, that terrible blow was finally blocked. If everyone had not reacted quickly just now, I am afraid that the terrifying sky monument might have broken through the formation and killed most of the Luo Tian sect disciples. Hiss, it's too scary. When that terrifying magical power appeared just now, I even saw the master who had been in the world for many years waving to me. Fellow Taoist, are you okay? You don't look right. Ahem, it's okay. I'll change my pants first when I go to the woods, and I'll tell you more about it when I get back. As the sky monument dispersed, the feeling of dying in the hearts of the casual cultivators finally disappeared, and everyone felt like they were surviving a disaster. When he looked at Leng Yanran, there was a hint of fear in his eyes. Unexpectedly, Leng Yanran not only possesses a heaven-level defensive magic weapon, but can also produce such a terrifyingly powerful jade pendant. It's a pity that such a terrifying jade pendant couldn't break through Luo Tian's sect-protecting formation. After all, the strength gap is still too big. Hee, that's terrible. Is this your trump card? No wonder you dare to show up to our Luo Tian sect. If the target of that blow just now was my sect leader, I'm afraid I would have had no choice but to drink in anger on the spot. It's a pity that you are too greedy and underestimate the Luo Tianzong sect protecting formation. Master Luo Wu wiped the cold sweat from his forehead and laughed stiffly, but his voice was a little trembling. Fortunately, that blow was not aimed at him. It's simply too terrifying. That kind of method should only exist in the holy land of cultivation. It actually smashed his Luo Tianzong sect protecting formation to the point where it was almost scrapped. But he didn't believe that the opponent could use this life-saving trump card a second time. It can unleash a powerful blow from the 9th level of the Nirvana realm. This jade pendant is so precious that even if he, Luo Tianzong, had all his wealth to exchange for it, he might not be able to exchange it for one. He didn't believe that the other party could still get the second one. TSK, I told you just now that I kept your life just so that you could watch the Luo Tianzong be wiped out with your own eyes. However, your sect's formation can actually block a blow, which makes me a little surprised. Leng Yanran saw everyone's reaction clearly. Everyone thought she couldn't get the second jade pendant. Then she won't be polite. According to what the master said, the firepower will cover it and no chicken or dog will be left behind. However, she was still a little surprised. She didn't expect Luo Tianzong to be able to block a blow with the help of the protector's formation, but when she thought that what was contained in this jade pendant was nothing more than the master's suppressed attack in the Qi condensation realm, Leng Yanran felt relieved. How many great realms has the master's magical power emitted by the Qi condensation realm crossed? Condensing Qi, Sea of Qi, Yukong, Tongxian, Guishu, Annihilation. Leng Yanran can hardly count them all. She patted the storage bag on her waist again. This time, Leng Yanran had no intention of taking action slowly. At one time, he took out 30 jade pendants containing magical monuments. As for the 50 jade pendants containing the devil's fingers, they were suitable for single-target attacks and not suitable for fire coverage, so she was not in a hurry to use them. 30 jade pendants that looked exactly the same as before were suspended around Leng Yanran's waist, surrounding her slender waist like a jade belt. The jade pendant still exuded a trace of evil spirit. Together with Leng Yanran's black robe and 2 horns growing on the top of her head, everyone seemed to be seeing a devil in a trance. 30, are you kidding me? She still has 30 more of the terrifying magical jade pendants just now. Just one blow almost shattered the Luo Tianzong sect protecting formation. If 30 of them were smashed down, the mountain tops would have been flattened. Seeing the long jade pendant, everyone felt that their brains were a little congested and they had lost the ability to think. The only thought in my mind is to run away. The further away the better. Chapter 032 Covered by Fire, Luo Tianzong is destroyed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Many monks who were watching felt regret in their hearts after seeing the 30 jade pendants. Are they allowed to watch this kind of high-end game? What if Leng Yanran accidentally threw one of the jade pendants in their direction? That's really a try and you'll die. Even the Luo Tianzong sect protecting formation, one of the 4 major sects in the Northern Territory, was nearly shattered by that blow. They didn't think they could withstand the terrifying blow from that monument. But the ones who are most panicked now are obviously not them, but the many disciples and elders on the Luo Tianzong square. Everyone, including Master Yang Chun, turned green with fear as the 30 jade pendants appeared. They tried their best to resist the blow that they relied on the sect's formation, but there are still 30 more. How can this be fun? If it were true, it would be a massacre. A massacre without any suspense. Impossible, that jade pendant is so precious. It contains the full force of the 9th level of the Nirvana realm. How can there be so many of them? You must be bluffing, these are all fake, all fake. Kill you, everything will be over once you die. That when Master Luo Wu saw the appearance of the 30 jade pendants, he almost went crazy. Although he was questioning whether Leng Yanran's jade pendants were fake, the cold sweat on his forehead was already flowing down his cheeks. Luo Tian's big hand seal. Blood refining slash. Xianming demonic explosion. For a moment, the only way that Master Luo Wu could think of was to deal with Leng Yanran in front of him, so that all danger would be gone. He wanted to see how long Leng Yanran, a Tongxian realm, could support that level of defensive magic weapon. He blasted all the magical powers he had cultivated towards Leng Yanran. But Leng Yanran didn't even look at him from beginning to end. She was extremely relieved about the defensive formation given by her master. Ignoring the crazy master Luo Wu, Leng Yanran just moved her fingers slightly on her waist, and flicked the jade pendants containing the magical powers of the heavenly monument one after another to the top of the Luo Tianzong mountain. And as the jade pendants flew out one by one and exploded, forming one after another as terrifying as before, everyone was stunned. It's true. These 30 jade pendants are all real. It is the same as the magical power contained in the jade pendant just now, and its power has not weakened at all. 30 heavenly monuments gathered in the sky above Luo Tian Peak. Each one was 3,000 feet high. For a moment, they blocked the sky and the sun. The little sunlight was also completely blocked by the heavenly monuments. Luo Tianzong was shrouded in a huge shadow. Run away quickly. Elder, quickly untie the sect-protecting formation and let us out. This cannot be stopped by human power at all. Let me out quickly. I don't want to die, I still have a great future, let me go quickly. For a time, the Luo Tian sect was completely in chaos. Every disciple tried their best to escape from here and escape from the coverage of the 30 celestial monuments. Even the elders were no exception. When the sky monument was revealed, they reacted faster than the disciples. They immediately disbanded the sect-protecting formation and fled as fast as they could in their lives, trying to get as far away from this place as possible. Among them, the fastest runner is Master Yangchun in the Nirvana realm. Along the way, Master Yangchun didn't even have time to move left and right, and he directly knocked several Luo Tian sect disciples who were fleeing in a hurry into blood mist. Buzz! Buzz! With a burst of noise, 30 sky monuments were smashed downwards unstoppably. Rumble! There were loud noises one after another, the ground within a radius of 500 miles was shaking continuously, and countless cracks appeared on the ground, until the 30 celestial monuments completely fell, with the top of Luo Tian sect as the center and a full range of 100 miles, they were all smashed to the ground, leaving only one celestial monument after another that exuded a strong evil aura and leaked a strong pressure. Exist. The original mountains and woods suddenly turned into a pile of celestial monuments covering 100 miles. As for the Luo Tian sect disciples and elders, no one could escape from this blow. Only Master Yangchun was flying staggeringly in the air, covered in blood. He had just used a secret method to barely avoid the attack from the sky monument, but 30 heavenly monuments fell, and the aftermath alone almost caused his body to collapse. Now his whole body was covered with terrible scars, and he was in a miserable state. This Luo Tianzong is gone. Nonsense, if 30 such terrifying magical powers are activated at the same time, even 10 or 100 Luo Tianzong may not be able to withstand it. Luo Tianzong was actually wiped out. Hiss, luckily we hid far enough away. Just now I saw many monks who were not from the Luo Tian sect, but they all died within 100 miles. I wanted to get closer and look for opportunities to reap benefits, but now, I can't even find the corpse. For a moment, everyone looked at the 30 celestial monuments within 100 miles with trembling eyes. Their mood was a little bad, and they even fainted. In addition to the destruction of the Luo Tian sect, many casual cultivators who wanted to seek benefits at close range also died indiscriminately under the bombing of Natong. By the way, I just saw Master Luo Wu using his magical power on Leng Yanran. I don't know what the outcome will be. Isn't it possible that after the Luo Tianzong was destroyed, Leng Yanran also died in the hands of Master Luo Wu? Suddenly someone thought of something. Just now, everyone's minds were attracted by the 30 terrifying magical powers, and they didn't even have time to see Master Luo Wu's attack on Leng Yanran. Now when someone reminded them, everyone's eyes suddenly turned to Leng Yanran and Luo Wu. Surprisingly, Leng Yanran still had a cold face and stood there intact, with the defensive shield firmly protecting her within it. Obviously, those 3 magical powers just now did not break through the shield. Which? You devil! Death! Die to this sect leader. After Master Luo Wu was stunned for a moment, he went completely crazy. His spiritual power burst out and his hair was scattered. His hair was disheveled and his face was ferocious. Today I want to see if you can withstand the self-destruction of my sect leader, the 5th level of Nirvana. Master Luo Wu shouted loudly, as if he was looking forward to death. Seeing this made Leng Yanran frown slightly and put her hand on the storage bag at her waist. If the defensive array could not withstand the self-destruction of the strong man in the Nirvana realm, she would immediately use the teleportation array to leave first. But after Master Luo Wu shouted, he suddenly turned around and ran away in the opposite direction of Leng Yanran as fast as he could in his life. Ha! Chapter 033 You don't deserve to know the Master's name. You are listening at novelfull.audio. How powerful Master Luo Wu shouted just now, and how embarrassed he was when he ran away. Originally, many casual cultivators couldn't help but feel awe in their hearts after hearing Jinren Luo Wu's words. I feel that Master Luo Wu, as a strong man in the annihilation realm, is not afraid of death. In order to avenge his sect disciples, he would not hesitate to blow himself up. With such qualities, he deserves to be able to become a great master in the Nirvana realm. Many people admire Jinren Luo Wu and feel that although Luo Tianzong was destroyed in this battle and no one survived, the spirit of Luo Tianzong and Jinren Luo Wu will last forever. But as Master Luo Wu fled hastily, everyone froze, and the words of admiration he originally planned to say were stuck in his throat. Missed grass. Shameless old guy, you actually pull this trick. That the most shocked person was Master Yangchen, who was also in the Nirvana realm. Originally, I saw that Jinren Luo Wu, who was also in the 5th level of the Nirvana realm and the leader of the 4 major sects, planned to self-destruct to avenge the sect. He felt a little sad for a while, a feeling he felt personally. Unexpectedly, this old boy turned around and ran away. Damn it! After Master Yangchen reacted, he couldn't sit still anymore and chose to escape in the opposite direction to Master Luo Wu. After all, Leng Yanran's attention was all on Jinren Luo Wu, and it was too late to do anything to him. As long as he was given some time, he did not believe that he could not break through the barrier that restricted the formation with his 5th level of Nirvana realm. Got it. He originally came to help Luo Tianzong, but he just received the benefits. I didn't plan to do much, I just watched from the sidelines. Unexpectedly, what Luo Tianzong provoked was actually a monster. Even if he possesses a heaven-level defensive magic weapon, those jade pendants that can be used to strike with the full strength of the Nirvana 9th layer heaven are as if they are free, and there are only 30 of them. Even if he and the Jinding sect were summoned together, they would all be reduced to cannon fodder in the face of the horrific bombing just now. He had no intention of taking action with Leng Yanran. At this moment, he just wanted to escape from this place and go back to the Jinding sect to hide. He only hoped that Leng Yanran and the mysterious powerful man behind her would not miss their Jinding sect. When Leng Yanran saw Master Luo Wu running away in panic, a smile finally appeared on her lips. He did not rush to catch up, but slowly descended and carefully inspected among the 30 celestial monuments. Master said that no one should be left alive, but you can't be careless. Leng Yanran carefully checked the gaps between each sky monument while muttering the Master's instructions. In the end, it was discovered that no one survived at all. Whether it was the juniors below the Tongxian realm, or the elders in the Tongxian realm or even the Guishu realm, their bodies were all wiped out by this bombing. There was even a famous Guishu realm elder who, although he somehow escaped the bombardment, was still shattered by the aftermath and died miserably. It's better to die directly under the sky monument. Why suffer more? Leng Yanran didn't show any sympathy when she saw this, so she said casually, waved her hand and shot out a burst of spiritual energy, smashing his body into a pile of debris to prevent him from using some secret method of pretending to be dead. She will not be careless in the slightest when it comes to her master's instructions and cannot leave any omissions. The monks who were watching the battle from a distance felt their temples pounding when they saw this scene. It was so terrifying. This is simply a devil. He casually destroyed Luo Tianzong, one of the 4 major sects in the Northern Territory, and he was so calm, without the slightest emotion, he even didn't pay attention to the escaping Master Luo Wu. I don't know whether he felt that he couldn't catch up or that he had used up his trump cards. After a long time, Leng Yanran inspected the forest of celestial monuments and felt relieved. He looked up and saw the direction in which Master Luo Wu was escaping, and flew slowly and unhurriedly. At this time, Master Luo Wu's eyes were filled with bloodshot eyes, and he was constantly using his magical powers to bombard the barrier in front of him. It obviously didn't look like a strong transparent barrier, but when his magical power fell on it, he couldn't even cause a ripple, let alone break through it. Damn it! Damn it! What kind of formation is this? Is it a heaven-level formation? Impossible. How could the other party unknowingly set up a heaven-level restriction formation under my nose? And it's so difficult to set up a heaven-level formation. It can't be done in half a month. Could it be that this is a conspiracy that was planned against our Luo Tianzong sect decades ago? Hiss. Master Luo Wu had used up most of his spiritual energy, but there was no hope of breaking through the formation. This barrier that restricts the formation is much stronger than their Luo Tianzong sect protecting formation. For a moment, despair filled his heart. He couldn't help but guess how the other party did it, but no matter how he thought about it, there was no result. At this moment, a figure quietly stood behind him. Sect Master Luo, now the Luo Tianzong sect has been wiped out. No, to be precise, you are the only one left, Master Luo. Watching the sect's destruction with your own eyes, doesn't it feel good? But I can only blame you for bringing it upon yourself. I originally wanted to give you a break, but you dared to speak arrogantly and slander the master. You deserve to be punished. Leng Yanran looked at Master Luo Wu quietly and said in a cold tone, as if she was listing his crimes, and her arrival naturally means the death of Zhenren Luo Wu. You, who exactly is the master you speak of? And this formation, when was it deployed? Could it be that I, Luo Tianzong, have been harboring evil intentions for a long time? Master Luo Wu looked panicked, as if he knew there was no hope of escape, so he stopped taking action and instead stared at Leng Yanran and asked. Plan ahead. I'm sorry, everything today was just done casually by Master. As for my master's name, you don't deserve to know it. Okay, Sect Master Luo, let's get on the road. Don't let the disciples wait for you too long on the Huangquan road. Leng Yanran's expression remained calm, and she was even more disgusted with the Master Luo Wu in front of her. He even dared to say that the master had other reasons for accepting her as his disciple. Master is such a gentle person, so devoted to her, and has not asked for anything in return. How dare this damn Master Luo Wu dare to slander Master? The sin is unforgivable. Without any hesitation, Leng Yanran flicked the jade pendant in her hand towards Master Luo Wu. Upon seeing this, Master Luo Wu immediately became more alert and stared at the jade pendant. He already knew the horror contained in the jade pendant. However, although the power of that monument was terrifying, because it was not Leng Yanran's own magical power, its flexibility was not very high. As long as he finds the right opportunity, he might be able to dodge that blow. And, let that blow hit the barrier behind, break the barrier, and escape. Chapter 034 Luo Wu dies. Please forgive me, Fairy Leng. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It can be said that Master Luo Wu had a good calculation in his mind. I want to rely on the terrifying magical power of the heavenly monument in the jade pendant to break this barrier. If it is really as he thought, the collision between the sky monument and the barrier may really allow him to escape successfully. After all, with the power of the 9th level of the annihilation realm of the sky monument, even if it cannot completely destroy the barrier, it is enough to break through a barrier. There is a gap. Even many other monks couldn't help but feel hopeful when they saw this scene. At this time, Leng Yanran was simply a murderous female devil in everyone's mind. Now they all want to escape from this barrier and stay as far away from this female devil as possible. Otherwise, maybe after she has finished dealing with the real Luo Wu, she will turn to these casual cultivators. But unfortunately, Luo Wu's plan did not succeed. There was a trace of amusement in Leng Yanran's cold eyes. She is not a stupid person. How could she not see the plan of Zhenren Luo Wu? what is contained in this jade pendant is not the heavenly monument of divine power, but the heavenly demon finger. Click. As the jade pendant shattered with a crisp sound, the magical power contained in it also burst out. Coming. Wrong. This is not the magical power just now. Master Luo Wu raised his concentration to the extreme and was ready to dodge, but as the jade pendant shattered, he panicked. After the jade pendant was broken, a chaotic demon appeared that was as solid as the ancient demon god. It was exuding a strong evil aura, its eyes were scarlet, and it was staring straight at Jinren Luo Wu. Just by looking at that demon, Master Luo Wu felt like he was seeing a mountain of corpses and a sea of blood, and he completely lost control of his body. He could only tremble continuously, watching with his own eyes that demon slowly stretched out a finger to point at the center of his eyebrows. Pfft. With a soft sound, the demon's finger pointed at the center of Zhen Luo Wu's eyebrows. In an instant, Master Luo Wu stopped trembling, and he still maintained his original posture, his eyes even fixed on the look of terror at the last moment. After one finger, the demon turned into evil energy and dispersed, as if it had never existed before. But the hole between Zhen Luo Wu's eyebrows reminded everyone that the terrifying existence just now was not an illusion. Without external support, Master Luo Wu's body fell straight down, hitting the ground from a height of hundreds of meters. Without the blessing of spiritual energy, Master Luo Wu suddenly fell like a human. That finger just now not only cut off his vitality, but even his consciousness was wiped out in an instant. Even a person with the magical power to save his life will only end up dead when he encounters this devil's finger. It's really disgusting. Leng Yanran frowned and looked at the pool of human flesh and blood on the ground. With a wave of his hand, a ray of spiritual energy swept away, turning it directly into blood foam. As a gust of evening wind blew by, the last trace of Zhen Luo Wu in this world no longer existed, leaving only a trace in the same place. A space ring. Then he gently stretched out his hand and put the space ring into his pocket. After finishing dealing with Master Luo Wu, Leng Yanran held her chin and couldn't help but think, now that less than half of the things given by the master have been used, the Luo Tian sect has been completely wiped out. Should the remaining things be taken back, or should they be put to good use and kill the remaining monks in the barrier? For a moment, Leng Yanran was a little confused. Master's order is that no one from Luo Tianzong should be left behind. If we kill these monks who are joining in the fun, we don't know if the master will be displeased because of the innocent killings. All the remaining casual cultivators in the barrier were looking at Leng Yanran in the distance silently, not daring to make the slightest move. If they had known that Leng Yanran was debating whether or not to kill them all, I don't know if they could still be so calm. By the way, it seems that there was a master of the Nirvana realm who escaped from the Luo Tian sect just now. Let's deal with him first. As a member of the Luo Tian sect, there should be no problem in treating him as a member of the Luo Tian sect. Suddenly Leng Yanran remembered the Nirvana master who escaped from the bombing and was covered in blood, so she turned around and flew in the direction she remembered. The road passed by many mountain peaks, and when the monks on them saw Leng Yanran, they all bowed in awe. Fairy Leng is mighty. Luo Tianzong offended Fairy Leng, and being exterminated is asking for trouble. I hope Fairy Leng can let us go. We have nothing to do with Luo Tianzong. Many monks couldn't help but beg for mercy and flattered Leng Yanran. However, she did not take these people's words seriously at all, and just looked for the powerful man in the Nirvana realm. Many monks saw her movements and guessed her plan. However, a monk in the Tongxian realm looking for and hunting down a strong man in the Nirvana realm really opened their eyes. But no one would doubt whether Leng Yanran's ability could kill a powerful person in the Nirvana realm. The real Luo Wu who was in the Nirvana realm just now is the best example. At this time, Master Yang Chun was hiding in a cave on a mountain peak, secretly watching Leng Yanran who was looking around, and he was so scared that he died. He was obviously a Tongxian monk who could be easily shot to death on weekdays, but today he was so frightened that he didn't even dare to show his face. I fucked you old ghost Luo Wu, what kind of monster did you provoke? Let me accompany you, Luo Tianzong, to die. You've been unlucky for 8 lifetimes. Old Luo Wu, you deserve to die. You #@ %@*. Master Yang Chun gnashed his teeth and hid in the cave shivering. not forgetting to scold Luo Tianzong countless times. What did we originally promise to be a master of the third level of Nirvana realm? Now the mysterious master behind Leng Yanran has not even shown his face. Leng Yanran, who was in the Tongxian realm, was able to level the Luo Tianzong, and even more so, she was chasing him everywhere in the Nirvana realm. There is no justice. Just when Master Yangchun wanted to take Master Luo Wu out of the underworld and kill him 1,000 times, he suddenly noticed a look. Got you. Leng Yanran's face was dull, and she looked towards a cave, with a smile on her lips, but this smile, in the eyes of Master Yangchun, was simply scarier than seeing the devil. Don't be afraid of the enemy being cruel, just be afraid that the enemy will kill you with a smile. I didn't take you seriously at all. Seeing Leng Yanran slowly flying towards the cave, she patted the storage bag on her waist and took out a jade pendant that was exactly the same as when she killed Master Luo Wu just now. Master Yangchun immediately made up his mind and rushed out of the cave, with a determined look on his face. He faced Leng Yanran's direction. Plop, then he knelt down. Fairy Leng, I am the master of the Jinding sect, Yang Chunren. I came to the Luo Tian sect today just to discuss the secret realm, and I have no intention of joining forces with him. I beg Fairy Leng to save her life. From now on, everyone in the Jinding sect will only follow Fairy Leng's lead. Master Yangchuan's voice was mixed with spiritual power, and his voice continued to echo in the mountains. At the same time, facing the flying Leng Yanran, boom. 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 It was 3 loud noises. Chapter 035. See what Master means, decide life or death. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I just ask Fairy Leng to spare my life. As his head hit the hard rock hard, Master Yangchuan's forehead started to bleed. When he begged for mercy, he didn't dare to use his spiritual power to protect his body, and his voice begging for mercy echoed in the valley. Leng Yanran, who had originally planned to activate the jade pendant and kill it directly with the devil's finger, couldn't help but be stunned. I originally thought he was a powerful person from the annihilation realm, but I didn't expect that he was also the sect master of the 4 major sects. The strength of the Jinding sect is not inferior to that of the Luo Tian sect. If you can turn it into your own use, maybe it can really come in handy. Even if it is used to deal with some chores, it would not be bad. Leng Yanran was a little confused for a while, whether she should kill this person or not. As for what he said about coming to the secret realm of Luo Tianzong not to join forces, Leng Yanran didn't care. No matter what his original purpose was, after seeing the miracle performed by the master today, it was impossible for him to have any thoughts of opposition. While Leng Yanran was struggling, Yang Chun's head never dared to leave the ground. A thin layer of sweat had appeared on his forehead due to nervousness, soaking in the wound. The stinging pain reminded him that at least he was still alive. Not only Master Yangchun was so nervous, but all the monks in the barrier were looking at Leng Yanran nervously, wanting to know her decision. If begging for mercy is of no use, then they will imitate Master Yangchun and kneel down immediately. After all, as a cultivator, your knees should not be too hard. You have to kneel when you should, and you cannot risk your own life. Master only ordered me to exterminate the Luo Tian sect. As for how you should deal with it, I can't decide on my own. Why don't we just see what Master means? Leng Yanran finally casually glanced at Yang Chunren, who was kneeling in front of her. More than half a month ago, she was a sky-controlling realm monk who was nearly killed by 2 Tongxian realm monks. Although her talent was astonishing, her fists were still not strong enough after all. But who would have thought that now, just over half a month later, even the leaders of the 4 major sects in the Nirvana realm would have died in her hands and the other would kneel in front of her. Leng Yanran clearly knew that all of this was given by her master. If it weren't for her master, she would have been a white skeleton in the mountain of illusion, eaten up by ferocious beasts. As for whether to let these people go, of course, we have to see what Master wants. Thank you, Fairy Leng, thank you, Fairy Leng. That when Master Yangchun heard this, hope suddenly rose in his eyes. As long as we don't kill him directly, we can still save him. Come to think of it, the Jinding sect is also one of the 4 major sects in the Northern Territory. No, it is now one of the 3 major sects after the Luo Tian sect was exterminated. Even if the big shot doesn't look down on their strength, they can still be useful to help with some things. Moreover, he also wanted to see what kind of strong man could produce so many precious magical jade pendants, so that a Tongxian monk could personally destroy the Luo Tian sect. Under everyone's gaze, Leng Yanran slowly raised the jade pendant in her hand. Master Yangchun was stunned and panicked. What was he going to do? I can't take the initiative to contact Master, but this jade pendant was made by Master, so it represents Master's wishes. If this jade pendant is the front, you will live. If it is the tail, I'm sorry, but I can only ask you to go on the road with everyone from Luo Tianzong. Leng Yanran said very calmly, and after that, she threw the jade pendant at her feet with a slight throw. When Master Yangchun saw the jade pendant falling, he almost got up and ran for his life in fright. My little ancestor. Don't you know how powerful the magical power contained in this jade pendant is? Do you think this is a copper plate? If he accidentally breaks the jade pendant and activates the magical power inside, then he will have no chance to see whether it is heads or tails, and he will be on his way. Ding dong, with a crisp sound, Master Yangchuan's heart twitched and he closed his eyes tightly, for fear that the jade pendant would be activated. Fortunately, the material of this jade pendant is also considered special, and it did not break due to a slight fall. The jade pendant rotated slowly on the ground, and everyone stretched their eyes, staring closely at whether the jade pendant would be the front or the back in the end. This is closely related to their lives. As the jade pendant finally stopped rotating, the result was revealed. Call. Front, it's front. Great, we're saved. Luo Wu, the pants I brought are no longer enough. It's too exciting. It's really too exciting. I can't stand this kind of stimulation as I get older. Everyone, don't be dumbfounded. Thank you Fairy Leng for sparing your life. For a moment, after seeing that the result of the jade pendant was positive, everyone seemed to have won a huge victory, and many people cried with joy. They all bowed respectfully in the direction of Leng Yanran. They have no doubt that if the jade pendant turns out to be negative, this cold-faced witch will kill everyone without mercy. No one will question whether Leng Yanran has this strength. At least, the mysterious strong man behind him definitely does. Thank you. Thank you Fairy Leng for sparing your life. Master Yangchun also let out a long breath, and his whole body seemed to be exhausted. Fortunately, he was not standing but kneeling, otherwise he might have fallen to the ground. It was obviously just an action of throwing the jade pendant, but it made everyone present feel as if they had walked away from the gate of hell. You don't need to thank me. If you want to thank me, just thank my master. Leng Yanran glanced flatly at Yang Chunren, who was all soft, and casually took the jade pendant back into her hand and put it back into the storage bag. Just pretend that your lives don't deserve to be cut off. After Leng Yanran casually said a word, she took out the formation plate depicting the restriction formation from her arms, stretched out her hand and waved it to close the formation. The barrier that made everyone eager to escape immediately dissipated. For a moment, everyone quickly left in all directions as if running for their lives. No one wanted to stay in this ghost place anymore. If the female devil changed her mind, it would be bad. Even Master Yangchun wanted to leave quickly. Fairy Leng, can I leave? But looking at Leng Yanran in front of him, he could only ask carefully first. Let's go. Leng Yanran responded casually. After hearing this, Master Yangchun felt as if he had been granted amnesty. He kowtowed 3 times to Leng Yanran, bang, bang, bang. Before he stood up to leave. Wait a moment. Leng Yanran suddenly spoke, so frightened that Yang Chunren, who had just risen into the air, stumbled and fell down. A group of people were even more frightened. Could it be that this female devil had gone back on her word? What secret realm are you talking about? Apparently he misunderstood Leng Yanran's purpose. Master Yang Chun breathed a sigh of relief when he heard that Leng Yanran was just asking about the secret realm. Chapter 036 Chen Daoxuan breaks through. Is this the Sea of Qi? You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Mountain of Illusion, the Hall of Heavenly Tao, Chen Daoxuan, who was lying on the wicker chair of enlightenment, was happily watching the prompts that kept popping up in the system. The host's great disciple, Leng Yanran, kills an enemy on the 7th level of Tongxian realm and is rewarded with 7 system points. The host's eldest disciple Leng Yanran kills the 5th level enemy in the ruins realm and is rewarded with 50 system points. The host's eldest disciple Leng Yanran, killed, ever since the notification sound started to sound, it was a large area. He could guess without thinking that Luo Tianzong must have been bombarded by Yanran's firepower. Finally, the last prompt sounded, the host's great disciple, Leng Yanran, kills the enemy in the 5th level of the Nirvana realm and is rewarded with 500 system points. The host's chief disciple, Leng Yanran, completely destroyed the Luo Tian sect and was awarded an additional 1000 system points. As the last 2 reminders sounded, he also knew the outcome of this battle. The Luo Tian sect was destroyed, and the leader of the Nirvana realm fell, but I didn't expect that there would be an additional reward for destroying the sect. 1000 system points was not a small amount, it was enough to kill 2 strong men of the 5th level of the Nirvana realm. It was an unexpected surprise. View information. Chen Daoxuan thought silently in his heart, host, Chen Daoxuan, race, human race. Special physique, Hongmeng innate Taoist body. Kung Fu practiced, chaos heavenly demon technique, perfection. Talent, Hongmeng. Realm, the 8th level of Qi condensation realm. System points, 4399. There were originally only more than 2000 system points, but after this battle, they doubled. If used to improve cultivation, it would be enough to improve it for more than 4,000 years. The sect leader and additional rewards alone accounted for 1,500 system points, and several Guishu realm elders earned several hundred more system points. As for the disciples of Tongxian realm and even lower realms, Chen Daoxuan did not earn much. TSK, I just earned more than 2,000 system points. Isn't this Luo Tian sect known as one of the 4 major sects? How come there are only so many people? That's sloppy. But when Chen Daoxuan saw this, he couldn't help but frown, slightly dissatisfied that he only earned more than 2,000 system points. He is also extremely dissatisfied with the strength of Luo Tianzong, and only hates that there are too few strong opponents. However, when he thought that the cost of destroying Luo Tianzong this time was only 200 system points, he felt relieved. In the future, it seems that Yanran will have to go out for more training. If she encounters forces that are not long-sighted, it will be a living system point. System, exchange the fraction of 399 for my cultivation level. Chen Daoxuan secretly made up his mind that after Yanran came back, he would find an opportunity to send her out to practice again, but he couldn't just practice in the mountains. Even if a disciple makes a breakthrough, he can also get rewards for cultivation and system points, but there is no such thing as murder and arson. He can earn a lot by being a hero. Thinking that his current realm was only at the lowest level, the Qi condensation realm, which was only higher than the body refining realm, Chen Daoxuan felt a little unhappy. He immediately spent 399 system points to redeem 399 years of cultivation. 399 years of cultivation exchange completed. The host realm is upgraded to the 1st level of Qi Si realm. Qi Si realm, 1st level of heaven. 1st level of heaven. 300 years of cultivation have raised me to 2 realms. Chen Daoxuan was stunned when he heard the prompt. It only takes 100 years to reach a small level in the Qi condensation realm. The Qi Si realm is not much higher than the Qi condensation realm. 200 years of cultivation can always lead to a higher level, right? According to what he thought, he could at least reach the 2nd level of the Qi Si realm, but now it seems that this is not the case. It may take 1,000 years of cultivation to reach a small level in this Qi Si realm. Where's the cheating? You dare to take 1,000 years to cultivate to a state in the Qi Si realm, but how can you do it in the air control realm? Where is the ruins realm and the nirvana realm? System, are you sure you're not messing with me? Chen Daoxuan's whole body was numb, and he kept asking soul torture to the system. If this continues, won't it be increasingly difficult for him to make breakthroughs in the future? Ding, everyone's physique is different, and the host's Qi-Si realm is far from comparable to the Qi-Si realm in this world. The specific strength needs to be tested by the host himself. In addition, the host is also asked to take a look at his own Qi-Hai first. The system again gave the same response as last time. After hearing this, Chen Daoxuan's face turned dark. Everyone's physique is different. Yan Ran can continuously break through one realm a day, and she is still in the Tongxian realm. As a master, he actually needed 1,000 years of cultivation to break through a small realm of Qi-Si realm. Fortunately, this can be improved through the system, and system points can be exchanged for cultivation. Otherwise, it would be so painful for him to practice by himself. However, after hearing the system's words, Chen Daoxian unconsciously looked inside his own Qi-Si. Originally, although he was in this heavenly Dao palace, he was a being like heavenly Dao, omnipotent, but the body is actually in the Qi condensation realm, and there is no Qi-Si at all. Now looking inside, Chen Daoxian was a little confused. Where is the sea of Qi? Come out of the system. I have a sea of Qi. It took me more than 1,000 years of cultivation to achieve the Qi-Si realm, but you can open up a Qi-Si for me. No wonder Chen Daoxian was like this. When he looked inside, he could only see a void in the Dantian area belonging to the Sea of Qi. There was no Sea of Qi at all. What the host sees is the Sea of Qi. Take a closer look. After the system waited for a long time, it seemed to be reluctant to respond. Although Chen Daoxian was unhappy after hearing this, he could only direct his consciousness toward the Sea of Qi again, but there is still nothingness, and there is no trace of the Sea of Qi at all. Hey, that's not right. There seemed to be some tiny dust flickering slightly. Chen Dao. What the hell? Is this my Qi-Hai? Chen Daoxian was stunned. He looked at everything around him with his spiritual consciousness. This is not the Sea of Qi, this is the sky full of stars, this is the starry sky of the universe. The slightly flickering dust that I saw just now is the star in this universe. Looking at it, there are countless galaxies and the Milky Way. Suddenly, Chen Daoxian felt that his consciousness was a little hot, and he looked in the direction where the heat was coming from. Grass. There's still sun. After a long time, Chen Daoxian withdrew his consciousness from his own Qi-Si. Everyone was silent. Is this thing Qi-Hai? It takes 1,000 years to cultivate to the first level, right? No problem, he admitted it. It's worth it. Why are you shaking? Suddenly Chen Daoxian felt that the Wudao wicker chair he was sitting on was shaking, which made him feel a little uncomfortable. The enlightenment tea tree also conveyed information through the branches and vines on the rattan chair. The aura that the master just exuded was so terrifying. Cha-Cha was scared. Chapter 037 News spread throughout the capital. Luo Tianzong was really wiped out. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Listening to Wu Dao Cha Shuyan saying that he was scared in his mind, the corner of Chen Daoxuan's mouth twitched. Are you afraid of a tea tree? That's all. He couldn't help but complain in a low voice, but he still controlled his breath. Without the terrifying aura, the enlightened tea tree stopped shaking. He secretly thought that the master was really terrible. In his perception, the master was just like the whole world, exuding a terrifying aura. Maybe even the great masters in the Nirvana realm, or even the immeasurable realm above the Nirvana realm, can't detect the terror of the master. However, as a tea tree who is enlightened, he is already extremely sensitive to all kinds of breaths and Taoist charms. The feeling of one side of the world scared the enlightened tea tree. It's strange, there haven't been any new reminders for a long time. Why haven't you seen Yanran come back? Chen Dao, why haven't I seen anyone for a long time? However, when he thought that Yanran had many trump cards that he had given her, and that the system would remind her if she was in danger, Chen Daoxian simply didn't think much about it and continued to sleep as he thought, After breaking through to the Qi-Si realm, I sleep more soundly, not bad. After Leng Yanran destroyed Luo Tianzong, she did rush back immediately, but she did not use the teleportation disc. In her opinion, this formation plate was a life-saving means left to her by her master. Although it seemed that it did not take much effort for her master to make it, she was not willing to waste it just like that. Save what master gives you if you can. And after Leng Yanran left, the news that Luo Tianzong was exterminated also spread quickly in the northern territory. The Luo Tian sect, one of the four major sects, was destroyed, and the master of the fifth level of the Nirvana realm, Luo Wu, died. Such a major event cannot be hidden even if he wanted to, not to mention that Leng Yanran had no intention of hiding it at all. What? The Luo Tian sect, one of the four major sects, was exterminated. Brother, do you know what you are talking about? I advise you to stop spreading rumors everywhere. If Luo Tianzong finds out about it, you will not be able to reap the benefits. Is it still known to Luo Tianzong? The mountain peak where Luo Tianzong is located now, no. It is Luo Tianzong, and it is occupied by dozens of terrifying sky monuments for 100 miles. As for Luo Tianzong, it has long since turned into dust. Even Master Luo Wu of the fifth level of the Nirvana realm has fallen. Where can the Luo Tian sect come from? Crazy, you are really crazy, stay away from me, don't cause Luo Tianzong to retaliate and hurt Pindao. Many people were talking about this matter in the restaurants in the capital of the Moro Kingdom, but most people simply did not believe the authenticity of the news. In their opinion, Luo Tianzong was one of the most powerful forces in the northern territory. How could it be destroyed in just one day? It must be the new rumors spread by the group of people who spread the news about Ban Yu's extermination of men Luo Tianzong a few days ago. But as many monks who had witnessed the battle near Luo Tian's sect returned to the capital of Moro Kingdom, everyone was shocked. Luo Tianzong has indeed ceased to exist. Not a single person was left alive. If I hadn't knelt down quickly, I might have been beaten to smithereens by that cold demon, Leng Fairy. By the way, I would like to advise everyone, please don't provoke the Leng family in this city again. You can't afford to provoke them. I can't say anything else. Anyway, please get out of the way. I'm going to buy some new pairs of trousers. I went to Luo Tianzong and my trousers were all ruined. After many strong men who had witnessed it personally told the news of the Luo Tian sect's destruction, the people in the city reluctantly accepted the reality. After all, among these people, there are several masters of the Tongxian realm who would not deceive them, and if they spread rumors, they would suffer revenge from Luo Tianzong. At this time, in the palace, His Majesty the Emperor of the Moro Kingdom also received reports from his subordinates. As the person who was most concerned about this matter, Wu Feiyang sent several of his men to the vicinity of Luo Tian's sect 2 days ago, just to determine whether Luo Tian's sect would really be exterminated today. What? The mysterious master behind Leng Yanran didn't show up, but Leng Yanran went alone and wiped out the Luo Tian sect. A barrier that can cover a radius of 500 miles and cannot even be broken by a strong person in the Annihilation realm. With just one blow, the Luo Tian sect protecting formation was almost destroyed. What? She used that method 30 times at once. Even Master Luo Wu, who is on the 5th level of the Nirvana realm, was killed with one strike. Master Yang Chun only escaped death by kowtowing and begging for mercy. Hiss. After Wu Feiyang heard his subordinate report the entire process in detail, he didn't know how many times he was shocked and dumbfounded. No matter which news it was, it made him feel incredible. I thought that this time the mysterious strong man behind Leng Yanran would take action personally, but that person didn't even show his face. Notice that from now on, the status of the Leng family in Moro will be the same as that of the royal family. All privileges are open to the Leng family. Regardless of any requirements the Leng family has, they will be met. After a long time, Wu Feiyang recovered from the shock and immediately gave instructions to his subordinates. Yes, I will do it now. After the man retreated, Wu Feiyang wanted to pick up the teacup and take a sip of water to calm down his shock, but found that his arm was shaking uncontrollably and most of the tea in the cup was spilled. It's so scary. What kind of existence is standing behind her? This kind of person must not be offended. Even if there is no chance to curry favor with him, he must not be made dissatisfied. However, he had witnessed the Cold War when the Luo Tian sect was wiped out, but after returning to the Leng family, he chose not to talk about this incident. When someone from the royal family informed the Leng family of their privileges, he gladly accepted it, and on that day, all the other aristocratic families in the capital of the Moro kingdom came to visit the Leng family, families that had had festivals with the Leng family in the past, like the Li family and the Wang family, even gave out a lot of gifts in exchange for forgiveness. The Leng family accepted the things sent by many aristocratic families one by one, and the Leng family naturally became the first family in the Moro kingdom, and all of this is because of Leng Yanran. However, Cold War sighed in his heart. He knew that from now on, it would be difficult for the Leng family to have a relationship with Leng Yanran. Leng Yanran has paid off the friendship between the Leng family. She was not a descendant of the Leng family, she was just raised by the Leng family. The benefits she has brought to the Leng family have far exceeded their efforts. Jinding sect, Master Yangchun didn't have time to wash off the blood all over his body, so he flew back to the sect as if he was running for his life. Chapter 038, Kissing Master Gently Will Not Be Discovered, right? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Stop. Who dares to break into our Jinding sect? That the gatekeeper disciple in front of the Jinding sect mountain gate only saw a Taoist priest covered in blood, flying towards him at a very fast speed, and he quickly yelled. But the figure didn't pause at all, and flew straight towards their mountain gate. For a moment, the disciples guarding the gate were planning to shout that the enemy was attacking, and were ready to shake people. But when the embarrassed figure came closer, all the gatekeepers were stunned. Metropolitan disciple pays homage to the sect master. That who would have thought that the sect master, who was usually full of immortality and showed himself to be powerful, would look so embarrassed. No gift. Master Yangchun had no intention of arguing with them, so he casually agreed and asked everyone to stand up. The moment he stepped into the mountain gate, he finally felt a little safer. When he thinks of the female devil, he is still a little scared. I'm afraid if he hadn't knelt down quickly enough at that time, he would have bumped into that old bastard Luo Wu on Huangquan Road. Sect Master, what's wrong with you? Could it be that he was ambushed by other sects? Whether the enemy is chasing us or not, should we activate the sect protecting formation immediately? That the senior fellow disciple among the gatekeepers quickly asked after standing up. No need to panic. You don't need to pay attention to this matter. In addition, please don't spread the embarrassing posture of this sect leader. Do you understand? Master Yangchun took a few deep breaths, adjusted his state of mind, and regained his former calmness. After giving instructions to his disciples, he returned to his cave. At the same time, I couldn't help but think, if the female devil really wanted to attack their Jinding sect and activate the sect protecting formation, would it be useful? Thinking about Luo Tianzong, whose strength was almost the same as theirs, Yangchuan's temples felt tingling. The sect protecting formation is of no use. With that crazy bombardment of magical powers, if I hadn't run so fast, I would have been buried with Luo Tianzong. After cleaning his cave, Master Yangchun came to the main hall and gathered together all the elders currently in the sect. Sect Master, how is your discussion with Luo Tianzong going? As soon as everyone arrived, one of the elders asked. Everyone also knew the purpose of the sect leader's trip to Luo Tian sect. No need to talk about it. Don't mention the Luo Tianzong incident again. Remember, we must never mention our plan to cooperate with the Luo Tianzong again. As soon as he heard the elder's words, Master Yangchun quickly scolded him and told him not to mention the matter again. If that female devil finds out, it will be over. It seems that the sect leader and Jinren Luo Wu have not reached an agreement. But it doesn't matter. The chief disciple of Luo Tian sect has died, and they no longer have the ability to compete in the secret realm. The elder was a little confused after being scolded. Although he didn't understand why the sect master was so angry, he didn't pay too much attention to it. They are so competitive. Luo Tianzong has been wiped out. Do you understand that the family will be wiped out? In front of my fucking eyes, in less than a breath, the entire Luo Tian sect was wiped out. Zhen Luo Wu, that old bastard, is also dead. You remember, when you meet a woman named Leng Yanran with 2 horns on her head, you must not make an enemy of her. No, you are not even allowed to talk back to her or look at her twice. If you let me know who provoked that female devil, I will be the first to kill him with 1,000 knives. Understand? When Master Yang Chun thought of that horrific scene, his eyes could not help but show fear, and he gave instructions to all the elders present. He didn't want to see the female devil appear outside the door of Jinding sect one day, especially with a bunch of magical jade pendants in her hand. Luo Tianzong has been wiped out. Don't fucking repeat what I said, don't mess with that person named Leng Yanran, remember. Remember. For a time, many Jinding sect senior officials firmly remembered the name Leng Yanran in their hearts. If the sect leader can be frightened like this, they naturally don't dare to provoke him. In addition to the Jinding sect, the other two largest sects in the Northern Territory also received news that the Luo Tian sect was exterminated by a Tongxian realm woman. At first, the two sects did not believe it and even scorned the news, but as the news spread more and more widely, they couldn't help but become a little suspicious, and each sent people to Luo Tianzong to investigate. The results finally brought back made the other two sects dumbfounded. On the same day, he announced to the outside world that he had no interest relationship with Luo Tianzong, and hoped that the senior who destroyed Luo Tianzong would not anger them. In Shiwu Mountain, a beautiful figure is walking quickly. When she thought of her master who was waiting for her, Leng Yanran's cold face finally showed a smile. This time she thought she had fulfilled her master's instructions well, and there were still a lot of jade pendants and array discs left unused. If master knew about it, he would definitely praise himself, right? At this time, Leng Yanran's face showed the cute expression of a little girl looking forward to being praised by her elders. If those monks who had witnessed how she wiped out the entire Luo Tian sect without blinking an eyelid could see it, he would definitely shake his head and wave his hands and shout, "If you don't believe the rumors, don't spread them." This cannot be the expression that the female devil who kills people at every turn can show. That there was no harassment from any ferocious beasts along the way, and it didn't take long for Leng Yanran to arrive in front of the Tiandao Palace. Turning his head to look at the Enlightenment wicker chair, sure enough, the master was sleeping leisurely on it. Leng Yanran couldn't help but have some doubts in her heart. Why does the master, such a powerful immortal, seem to have no practice at all? Either he is drinking tea or sleeping. I have never seen master practice before. Could it be that master's daily practice is just like ordinary people, drinking tea and sleeping? That's all. If you can't figure it out, stop thinking about it. Anyway, whatever master does is right. Leng Yanran tiptoed to the front of the master, not intending to wake him up. When she came to master and looked at master's face, Leng Yanran couldn't help but feel filled with emotion. How could there be such a perfect existence as master in the world? Ever since she met the master, all the men in this world have lost their color in Leng Yanran's eyes, and even other men make her feel disgusted. Somehow, by some strange combination of circumstances, the red lips were brought up quietly. Gently, be careful, master probably won't notice. Leng Yanran's nervous face was a little hot, but looking at the sleeping master, she didn't want to let go of such a good opportunity. In the end, I gritted my teeth and felt cruel. The worst that happened was that the master would wake up and be punished. It was worth it. Wah. Oops, it's my first time and I'm inexperienced. I seem to have tried too hard. Chapter 039 The Taste of Master, I like it so much. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Although she is usually sought after by many people, Leng Yanran has never had any experience in this area. That moment just now, the force was too much and the kiss made a sound. For a moment, Leng Yanran felt as if her face was on fire. I couldn't help but feel a bit regretful in my heart. How come I couldn't control myself just now and did such a thing to master? It's over now, master will definitely find out. Chen Daoxuan also rubbed his eyes cooperatively, yawned and sat up. Came back, judging from his appearance as if he had just woken up, it was as if he had not noticed Leng Yanran's actions just now. Disciple has lived up to his master's trust, Luo Tianzong has been solved. Seeing this, Leng Yanran couldn't help but let out a long sigh of relief. She suppressed her shyness and bowed to her master. Yes, not bad. You have worked hard this time, go to the spiritual pool to wash yourself first, and come later to tell the teacher about your experience of this trip. Chen Daoxuan said very naturally. Ah. Hasn't the spiritual liquid in the spiritual pool been used up by the disciples? Leng Yanran was slightly startled after hearing this. She had completely absorbed all the precious spiritual liquid in the spiritual pool before, not even a drop was left. There is a spirit gathering formation set up by the master in that hall. Even if the spirit fluid is used up, it won't take long to recondensate it into a pool. Go quickly. Chen Daoxuan saw his disciples' doubts and explained with a chuckle. After hearing this, Leng Yanran sighed again at the master's strength. Unexpectedly, that precious spiritual liquid is not a rare thing. Even if it is used up, another pool can be created quickly. So Leng Yanran didn't refuse anymore. After saying goodbye to the disciples, she walked into the main hall first. It wasn't until Leng Yanran entered the hall that Chen Daoxuan couldn't help but touch the faint red mark remaining on his face. My disciple seems a bit unserious. You actually did something inappropriate to your teacher while he was sleeping. Could it be because of the influence of Mei Tianma who practices the chaos demon art? That's all, I don't care about being a teacher this time. A smile appeared at the corner of Chen Daoxuan's mouth, but he didn't feel angry at all when he recalled the scene just now. Ever since Leng Yanran entered the Tiandao Palace, he knew of its existence. Naturally, all her actions could not conceal Chen Daoxuan's feelings. I don't know if Mei Tianmo will develop into a master and rebel disciple as he goes deeper and deeper in his cultivation. Just thinking about it, Chen Daoxuan couldn't help but feel a little excited, worried. In the Lingqi Palace, Leng Yanran took off her clothes and plunged into the pool. The cool spiritual liquid made the heat in her heart dissipate a little, but when she thought about how she was almost discovered by her master, she blushed again. Leng Yanran, Master has been kind to you in saving your life. He also taught you Honman-level skills and gave you various precious divine items. You actually dare to be disrespectful to Master, and you still want to go further than that. Your brain is really going to be damaged. Leng Yanran soaked her entire body, including her head, in the spiritual fluid, and couldn't help but regret her actions just now. After soaking for an entire hour, Leng Yanran finally calmed down completely and returned to her usual cold demeanor. Stepping out of the spiritual pool, Leng Yanran originally planned to take out a clean set of clothes from her storage bag, but suddenly her eyes flickered. I found that there was an extra clothes rack in the Lingqi Palace at some point, with many clothes neatly placed on it. Most of them were worn by Master, and one set was casually thrown in the corner of the clothes rack, as if it had been changed by Master. Master should be taking a bath in this spiritual pool. As a disciple, it is reasonable to help Master wash clothes, right? The heat that Leng Yanran had finally suppressed suddenly ignited again after seeing Master's clothes. He walked forward in a pretentious manner, held Master's clothes in his arms, and walked towards the spiritual pond, but when she reached the edge of the spiritual pool, she still didn't put down her clothes and start washing them. Instead, he dug his head into the clothes and felt the Master's breath. His whole body seemed to be intoxicated. Master smells so good. I'm a little reluctant to wash it. By the way, Master has so many clothes here. If a set disappears occasionally, you won't find it, right? Leng Yanran blushed and finally put the set of clothes into her storage bag, not knowing what she had planned. Even she herself didn't find a very serious problem. Ever since she practiced the chaos heavenly demon art and became a succubus, it seemed that she often couldn't help but think about some astringent things when she saw her master. Unable to attack Master, I could only extend my claws to Master's clothes. Then she returned to the clothes rack, and Leng Yanran just discovered that there were not only Master's clothes on the rack, but also some women's clothes. There were only her and the Master in the heavenly Dao Palace. She didn't need to think about it to know that the Master had prepared it for her. Master is indeed a careful and gentle person. He is really irresistible. It's a pity that the bright moon in the sky above Master's statue makes people afraid to reach out and touch it. It's just that these clothes are a bit special. I have never seen them in the Northern Territory. Leng Yanran looked at the several sets of women's clothing neatly stacked on the hangers, and curiously picked out one set from them. Why is there so little fabric? Could it be the clothes worn by Nanman in the Southern Territory? After picking up the clothes and looking at them for a moment, Leng Yanran couldn't help but blush. She found that these clothes seemed to only cover some key parts, leaving large areas of skin exposed. it is rather similar to the rumored place where the Nanman is located, but the texture of these clothes is like black gauze, and they feel as smooth and delicate as silk, not like something that Nanman can make. No matter what, it was specially prepared by Master for me. I can't let Master's heart be wasted. In the end, Leng Yanran decided to change into the clothes prepared by her master, even because she had never seen those clothes before. It took her a long time to figure out how to wear them. After dressing up, Leng Yanran looked at the bronze mirror in the Lingqi hall and couldn't help but feel a little lost when she looked at herself in the mirror. The clothes Master prepared are really strange. It can make her already exquisite figure look even more attractive. It was just the first time she wore this kind of clothes, so she still felt a little uncomfortable. However, thinking that the master was still waiting for her to report the situation, Leng Yanran did not dare to delay. He walked out of the hall with long legs and walked towards the small pavilion. Chen Daoxuan felt his disciple coming out and glanced casually. Hiss. Chapter 040 System Recycling Function, Big Loss. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Daoxuan believed that his character was already extremely good. With the blessing of the Tiandao Palace, even if he had occasional mood swings, he would calm down quickly, but after seeing his disciple's outfit, he was shocked. This is called a succubus. Chen Daoxuan took a breath and couldn't help but exclaimed in a low voice. A black strapless and backless silk evening dress made Leng Yanran's figure look even more curvy. Even above the lower abdomen, there is still a faintly transparent tulle. Not only can you see the existence of the waistcoat line, but it also faintly reveals the purple mark that appears after practicing the heavenly demon art, coupled with the two devil horns on Yanran's head. If there is any difference from the succubus he imagined, the only difference is the black wings on the back. For a moment, Chen Daoxuan exclaimed, "This system is really worth the money." After Leng Yanran came down the mountain, he went to the Lingqi Palace to soak in the hot springs out of boredom. After that, he casually bought a clothes rack in Lingqi Palace, spent more than a dozen system points from the system, and exchanged a few sets of clothes for himself. He also exchanged a few sets for Leng Yanran and put them on the clothes rack. Originally, he thought that ordering a set of clothes from one system might be a bit expensive. After all, it was a year's worth of cultivation. But now that he saw Leng Yanran wearing the evening dress redeemed by the system, he felt that it was so worth it. I even want to exchange more for it. After all, as a master, who is poor and cannot be poor as a disciple? How can I let my disciples not have nice clothes to wear? Master? Master, what's wrong with you? Leng Yanran stood in front of the master. After the ceremony, she found that the master was staring at her tightly without any reaction. She couldn't help but shyly fiddle with the ends of her hair with her hands, and breathed softly twice. "Oh, it's okay. I was thinking about some cultivation problems just now, and I was distracted for a moment. Do the clothes my teacher prepared for you still fit you?" Chen Daoxuan finally came to his senses, straightened his face quickly, and said very calmly. "That's it. I'm sorry, Master, I just disturbed Master's thinking. The clothes Master prepared for this disciple fit perfectly, thank you Master." Leng Yanran couldn't help but feel guilty when she heard that her master was thinking about cultivation problems just now, but was interrupted by herself. Cultivation issues that even Master calls difficult must be extremely critical. Not only did the master not blame her, he even cared about such trivial matters as whether her clothes fit, which made Leng Yanran feel warm in her heart. Sure enough, Master is the best man in the world. However, I can't let Master discover that I secretly hid a set of Master's clothes. While speaking, Leng Yanran bowed to her master and saluted again. The white snow almost blinded Chen Daoxuan's eyes. "Ahem, as long as it fits you, let's talk about the trip down the mountain." Chen Daoxuan could only cough lightly to cover up his embarrassment and changed the topic. "Yes, Master." When Leng Yanran heard her master mentioning business, her expression became much more serious, and she began to report the entire process of going down the mountain. Although he kept reporting news, his hands were not idle, and he took the initiative to make tea for the master. Chen Daoxuan was also happy and leisurely, secretly thinking that having his disciples make tea was really pleasing to the eye. He was sipping tea on his own, listening to Leng Yanran's report, and nodding slightly from time to time to express his appreciation for Yanran's actions. This time he did not let Leng Yanran drink tea with him. After all, Leng Yanran could not drink tea as freely as he did with his current state. If you drink too much, it will be counterproductive and you will lose your way of cultivation in the Taoist charm of enlightenment tea. Half a month later, Leng Yanran had already narrated the entire trip, only then did Chen Daoxuan put down the teacup in his hand. Yes, you did a good job. Then since the Luo Tian sect has provoked my disciple Chen Daoxuan, it is not a pity to die. It is only their own fault to destroy the sect. As for those casual cultivators who want to join in the fun, it is difficult to guarantee that some of them are kind-hearted and have some merit. If they are all killed at once, it will add karma and be detrimental to future cultivation. After hearing this, Chen Daoxuan also praised his disciple for not silencing all the casual cultivators who were watching. In this heavenly Tao palace, he is an omnipotent existence just like heavenly Tao, and naturally he also knows some secrets of this world. If you are a person who has done many evil things, you will have karmic obstacles. It may not have any impact for a while, but in the future when you break through to a greater realm, it will be easy for inner demons to enter the body and become possessed. Even if the karma is too deep, you will be punished by God. On the contrary, if there are monks who benefit the common people, do a lot of good deeds in daily life, or kill people with karma, they can get some merits. People who have this kind of merit and virtue, whether it is luck or cultivation, will have more success. And occasionally there will be unexpected surprises. Although these are not levels that Leng Yanran can come into contact with yet, he does not want his disciples to ruin their path to becoming immortals due to karma when they reach the end of the tribulation in the future. I didn't expect such a rule to exist. Disciple, thank you Master for the tip. Leng Yanran was also shocked after hearing what the Master said. She didn't expect that karma and merit actually existed. She would not doubt what the Master said, she would only think that her realm was too low and her vision was too narrow. By the way, Master, this ring is the storage ring of Master Luo Wu. As for other people's space magic weapons, they were all destroyed by Master's magical power. The disciple only brought this one back. But this Master Luo Wu is really extremely wealthy. The treasures contained in this ring are enough to buy a Moro kingdom. It's a pity that even Luo Tianzong's treasure pavilion was destroyed. Leng Yanran suddenly thought of something, took out a ring and offered it to her master with both hands. TSK, it doesn't matter. In my teacher's eyes, they are just scrap metal and weeds. Chen Daoxuan disagreed. What good things could these monks have? Anything he can redeem in his system is thousands of times better than their treasures. He took the ring casually and planned to put it into the system space. Suddenly, he had a whim and silently called the system in his heart. System, can this ring and the heavenly materials and earthly treasures inside be recycled into system points? Ding, after the host accepts a disciple, the recycling permission has been enabled. Including the space ring and the treasures of heaven, materials and earth, it can be exchanged for a total of 331 system points. Do you want to recycle it? Chen Daoxuan heard the system's answer and quickly replied, yes. Recycled, exchanged for a total of 331 system points. Hearing that this ring was exchanged for 331 system points, Chen Daoxuan was happy for a while. This way, there will be one more way to earn system points in the future. But soon, Chen Daoxuan felt heartache again. Yes, how many system points will we earn by destroying Luo Tianzong this time? This wave of losses is huge.